Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
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 Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
They changed the name of the high school and all James Woods can say is ooh, a piece of candy. 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 When a ball turned into a vampire, all James Woods could say was ooh, a piece of candy. 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 When he became Peter's best friend, they sat around the house and said ooh, a piece of candy. 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 And you know that James Woods practiced his lines real well, but everything that he reads becomes real hard to spell. Everyone tries to help him, but the words just won't come out. There's only one thing he can think of, and it's what comes out his mouth. Ooh, a piece of candy. 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 When he comes out of his house, the women scream and shout. Ooh, a piece of candy. 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 When they know that he's knocked her the best of them all when he says ooh, a piece of candy. 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 Reese's Pieces on the floor and watch him come a saying ooh, a piece of candy. 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 And you know that James Woods practices lines real well, but everything that he reads becomes real hard to spell. Everyone tries to help him, but the words just won't come out. There's only one thing he can think of, and it's what comes out his mouth. Ooh, a piece of candy. 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 When he comes out of his house, the women scream and shout. Ooh, a piece of candy. 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 Ooh, a piece of candy.
Greetings and salutations from the North Pole. It is I, Santa Claus. Unmute your mic there, buddy. There you go. We're not doing pantomime tonight. At least I don't think so. Yes, it is Extra Bull Alive. And yes, Ellen, twice in one day. You're either blessed or cursed. I'm not quite sure. We like to go for the glass half full around here, although the glass is usually empty because I get pretty thirsty. So I don't know how that analogy works with an empty glass, but it kind of fits. Of course, I'm here with my good friend Jamarr Jabari from Jabari Media. He's back with a brand new invention.
Going?
That's right. He's back in the mix.
Back in the mix.
It's cold out there. It's cold. It's cold up here in the Midwest. It's currently 13 degrees. Lucky 13. You're up in the Northeast, right? Where you said you just got a whole bunch of snow?
Yeah, it's not. We're not that far from behind you. We're at least 22 degrees, probably a little less than that, probably by now. But yeah, I gotta say, it's been at least 6 years since I've seen snow like this in New England. In my part, Connecticut gets less than Maine and Vermont and all that stuff like that. So it's been a while since Connecticut had like a big snowstorm like this. We got 2 feet.
Yeah, well, I remember. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was maybe about 6 or 8 years ago that we got that blizzard in New York, and Boston just got hammered.
Yeah.
Boston always gets hammered. Massachusetts, man, I got that. They might call that massive Snowachusetts or whatever, because that place always just gets rocked with snow. And yeah, I've been around your parts in I believe in that little town called Kent, Connecticut.
Oh yeah, Connecticut. Yeah,
that's close to the New York border there.
Yep.
They have an adult summer camp there, so it's basically like summer camp for kids. Only you got booze. You got booze, and probably somebody's bringing some drugs too. Although at the kids camp, they probably got drugs too. I don't know what the kids do these days. I'm out of the loop. But that's probably good.
Sounds fun, actually.
Can't swear it's at. Oh, beautiful country though. Nice big hills there.
Yeah.
Usually go there in the summer, and they got a big lake you can swim in and stuff. It's really nice.
Yeah, so I'm from Fairfield County. So we're very close to New York from where I'm from. Bridgeport, Fairfield, Greenwich, Stanford, and stuff like that. And never heard of the adult camp. That's interesting.
I believe it's called Camp Getaway. And yeah, you go there, and they have all kinds of stuff. They have like you can do arts and crafts there with booze. It's basically just summer camp for kids, only it's not for kids, and there's a lot of booze. So which during the summertime is probably not a good idea to get too lit. But before we get up all into the business, the biz nasty, as it were, let's give a shout out to everybody. We got Ghost Start here. Good to see you, Ghost Start. We got Miss Lainey P, my co-host for the Undercurrent. We did our show this morning. It was a good time there. Willie Bragg. He says he used to go to Connecticut every Christmas growing up, and it was snow everywhere. Yeah.
Yep.
I can imagine.
It's so different now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like when it rains, it pours. I guess when it snows, it pours. Bella's here. Good to see you, Bella. Hope you're feeling better. Kate's here. Our Canadian contingent is here.
Course, we have a Canadian. Okay.
That's right. We have our token Canadian. For quota purposes, because we don't want Johnny Law coming down on us. We got Chuck's Intergalactic UFO Show Intergalactic. Good to see you, bud. And of course, the lovely and talented Miss Ellen Jiverson. She's the one that said 2 times in one day. Yes, a blessing and a curse. Wait a minute, Kate. You can't swing both ways. You got to pick a side, lady. It's maple syrup or fentanyl. Whatever you got to pick one of those things. Because Hint: Canadian is the maple syrup. Maybe a little bit of the F, but probably not. So, you okay there? You forget to pay the bill? You're right. Maybe we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. This is gonna be it's gonna be like a radio show. We'll just do it audio. No, it's fine. Yeah, it's been a little bit since you've been on, and of course, a lot of shit's been going down.
Oh yeah, man.
That
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Of course. How's you've rebranded to Jabari Media, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything's going good. I mean, look. Should I say we're expanding? We're kind of expanding. You know. I have a second show out in Bridgeport, Black Rock, which is a part of Fairfield County. With my longtime musician friend who I've been in bands with, Chris Brewer, and our co-host Ashley Benitez. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm willing to work with anybody in the arts, and also, of course, on the leftist political spectrum as well too. So I can say I guess we can say Jabari Media is expanding. We had the whole Roku TV thing going on for a little bit, and we moved
name
past
dropping Roku there. Okay, look at you, money bags.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, it was with Connect Hub, which is a Connecticut a Connecticut original channel.
Right on.
Shouts out to Connect Hub as well too. We have a great relationship together. Right now, I'm back on YouTube, but no, it's been interesting. You know what I mean? I really am very happy with how Jabari Media is going, and I love the fact that it's not just me. It's a team now. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going good ever since COVID. What 2020? So. 6 years in the making. Crazy.
It's funny. It's funny how a lot of people got into this space around that time too. You know,
yes.
You know, if a lot of people had time on their hands, and instead of maybe they were binge watching movies and stuff like that. Some people said, "Hey, screw it, we're gonna start a podcast." And
yeah,
you hate for a pandemic to have to inspire you to do something like that,
right?
For some people, but it is what it is.
And then we got you, the OG, OG here.
We have OG. Yeah.
We have always been connected.
That's right. I know. Yeah. We got together in this space during COVID too.
I got to get you back on my show.
Yes, indeed. I always have fun time on your show. We always have good conversations. We're going to have a good conversation tonight. And before we get started, I just want to let everybody know down in the description below, your LinkedIn is down there. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you or find out what you're about more, get into what you're doing, the LinkedIn is down below in the description. That's assuming that some of you people can read. And you've just gone totally black, my friend. That's not a racist thing. That's a
no
thing. There you go.
No, it's because I screenshotted us and then I tried to crop it real quick, and then I didn't realize that it would just knock everything out. So I'll do that later.
Well, you're multitasking during the show. What the hell? No, that's fine.
I do that a lot. Yeah. No, I went black again. Sorry. It's never happened again. That's it.
Well, you're still black. So I'm just saying. When they say black don't crack, man, they really that is an understatement for sure. So. But apparently ice cracks. Yes, I'm the king of segue. Let's get into it. Of course, the start of the year, ice has always just been was shitty last year, and it just seems like they've ramped it up to 11 this year. So let's give everybody a latest on what's going on here. So
yeah,
I believe this is from Minnesota Public Radio, their website. Okay. So some of the things that are happening right now. So the FBI now investigating after Representative Ilhan Omar was sprayed with non-toxic fluid during her town hall. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a man was arrested. The man sprayed an unknown substance on her before being tackled during a town hall gathering last night in Minneapolis. Initial reports indicate it was non-toxic. The Minneapolis police are now referring all questions around the attack to the FBI. And I looked at the syringe and it looked like a yellow color. I'm guessing, but I think it was piss. I'm pretty sure it was piss.
And people have done that before.
People have done that before.
Yep.
It's a terrible thing to do to anybody like that. And you know, I understand people being angry, but to do something like that, you're not really doing yourselves any favor by doing that, right?
Right.
You have to get these people if you want to. If you have something to say that's opposite of what they're saying, say it. Obviously, if it's a public forum, and if nobody's going to give you, like a lot of these politicians won't give you the time, then get together with your friends on social media and talk about it. But doing this stuff with like spraying people with chemicals and stuff, it's just, or even just whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think? Man,
listen, I think everyone deserves an L that assume that it's fake. And then I also think that this characterization that I saw was saying that it was assassination attempt. It wasn't an assassination attempt. It would have been a lot more crazier than that. I think this guy was very, very upset, and he felt that he had to go to her public forum and make a scene. And a lot of people do this on both spectrums of politics. Everybody do this. I think he was just trying to make a statement. He doesn't seem like a type of person that was trying to be I'm going to go after your life. The spraying thing was very, very weird and very, very should be seriously taken, because we don't know what the hell that could have been.
Right.
But how he was reacting after that, it just seemed like he was a very upset person that was disagreeing with her. Now, look, I'm being neutral right here, but I'm not a neutral hoe. Nothing that she said was wrong, in my opinion.
No.
ICE only exists for about 24 years, okay? We have customs, and just like every other country, we have. By the way, ICE is the most funded organization in the government right now, and also is the only type of animal that exists in all countries of the world. No other country has an ICE right now at all. No form of ICE. The closest is what the British are doing. The Anglo-Saxons, they're thinking about creating an ICE, and they've been doing a lot in the parliament. I've been hearing from the Tories and stuff because I'm a nerd. I pay attention. So they're thinking about doing it. We don't know if it's going to happen, but this is the only country in the world that has an organization as barbaric and brutal as ICE. And I say as barbaric and brutal as ICE is because we have a mindset where I hate when I go on a tangent, but I just have to finish here, and you can go on. I'm sorry. We have a mindset where everything is just relevant in the now, where we just remember what's going on now.
Yeah.
And we have to continue to remember that this is not a pattern that is new. It comes from a history of oppression here in this country. So ICE not only have brutalized and killed people during the Trump administration now, but they have also done during Biden. They have also done during Obama. They have also done during Trump. I'm sorry. They have also done during Biden. They also during Trump. They also done during Biden, and they also have done during the founding Bush, the administration. ICE was made to go after the Middle Eastern people that lived here after 9/11. That's the whole sole purpose. So we cannot give the Democrats grace, but we should applaud the Democrats that are talking about abolishes ICE because that is the right talking point. ICE should not exist. That's my
Yeah.
stance on it. We should remind people it should not exist. And it's
Well, I
new
mean,
to our country's history.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was born out of the Department of Homeland Security, which also
Right.
shouldn't exist, right? The Patriot
Right.
Act, which also shouldn't exist.
I didn't want to go that deep yet, but I totally agree.
I mean, I remember when all that stuff went down. That was totally one. It was a very reactionary, and two, I knowing all the fuckery that's been going on behind the scenes in Washington, especially in the last quarter century, I wouldn't be surprised that this wasn't something already in the planning works, and they just needed a little 9/11 to kind of nudge it over the edge. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just kind of get that control in there. And and now you're seeing ICE not only going after immigrants, they're going after legal residents here, right?
Yes.
People who are now, they're citizens. They're going after them, and then they're going after natural born citizens. And murdering them. Yeah. And I'm still hearing like defense will like with the Predis murder, right?
Yeah.
Well, he shouldn't have brought a gun to a protest.
Dumbest dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah. It's like who was the you're smarter than me. Who was the kid in that went up to Wisconsin?
Kyle Rittenhouse.
He had a gun.
Yes.
He brought a gun, and nobody
he brandished
said
too.
Yeah, he was brandishing it too. And this
and
guy
he killed somebody.
Yeah. And they were like, well, he said Second Amendment right. And this guy didn't even pull the gun out or anything. They actually took the gun. This is for people who don't know. They took the gun away from Preddy, and then they shot him. Like, just because it's the people that they hire at ICE. This is the qualifications for ICE, right? Do you have a heartbeat? Yes. Do you hate people? Oh yeah. That's it. Come on in. We got you. Come on in. Because you're seeing all this hate and even bragging about it too. Like after the good lady, after she got killed, there was ICE agents saying, "Hey, you better watch out. You know what happened the other day," referring to her getting murdered, shot in the face. And it's just, they're just so out of control right now. But
it's so crazy.
Well, I mean, just to kind of add on to that a little bit, the second part of this is, so 2 federal agents who shot Alex Preddy have been put on leave, right? Just on leave.
That didn't happen for Renee Good.
They didn't even investigate that. That Christy Nome, that ICE Barbie bitch. That ICE Barbie bitch was like, "Well, you can see the video, and there's really no need to investigate." But now you see this shit where you see the guy going do taking the gun away, and then you see the guy with the gun to the back of his head, and it's like, there was no way they could say, well, we're not going to investigate this because too many people there were like, especially since he was a nurse who worked at the VA too, and then the NRA got involved too. They're like,
which is crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? Talk about strange bedfellows, right? So Customs and Border Protection confirmed today that 2 officers who shot Alex over the weekend have been put on leave. I don't know if it's paid leave. Knowing the cops, it probably is some sort of paid leave.
Right. We got to figure that out.
They never really punish them. They just get them out of the limelight. So,
right. I have thoughts.
Go ahead, please.
I think, okay, so Alex Peretti is and rest in peace. Rest in peace. I have to say this from an analysis perspective. Alex Peretti is the perfect victim, unfortunately, because he's a white male. He supports the veterans. He supported the Second Amendment, and he wasn't even at the protest to begin with. Even though they're trying to say that, he was observing and he was filming what they were doing, which is what a lot of people do during police brutality cases. Here's the thing: we can't even. Was there even an action? Was there even a protest? What we know is that the community saw that there was ICE agents and they were blowing whistles to let people know that ICE agents was around. That's what we know. There was no evidence of a protest in that area.
No.
So that's a narrative that people got to get rid of. We saw him filming, which is what everybody does when a cop is frisking somebody here in New Haven. Somebody sees it and they are actually intrigued to make sure things are fine. They film. Happens all the time. That's why so many police brutality cases have filmed by civilians. This is the same narrative right here. This is the same perspective of American citizens seeing this. It's none of their business to ask why Alex Peretti or those two women that he tried to protect were there. They're American citizens. They probably were just going around about their day. I don't know what was going on. And then they saw what was going on. And then those two ICE agents chose, because it's confirmed that that woman that he saved was not even targeted, even though they tried to say that she was. That she wasn't a target. They were just being assholes. They were just being bullies. Yeah. And then you have to explain, because Fox News came out saying man had a gun. They do that with black people all the time. Man had a gun. But
whether he has one or not, right. They will say that he has a gun. Yeah, exactly.
And then there's video showing that he was disarmed, and he didn't even have it to begin with. He didn't brandish it out. He didn't show it to shoot people. And all you saw was just 7 men beating his ass. You had video frames of showing them pistol whipping him as well too. So, I'm just going to say this off the record. Honestly, it's not off the record because we're on the show anyway. But I'm just going to say this: that honestly, though, like, I don't blame him if he decided to just pull out and bust off. But he did not. He had restraint. He showed a lot more restraint than those bitch ass untrained officers. A journalist, can't think of her name right now. I'm usually trying to make sure I get names out, but can't think of her name right now. Applied for ICE and showed that they didn't even give her a background check and they did not give her training. She whistleblowed. She showed that they are literally hiring any fucking body, which explains why their faces are covered. Because it could be Proud Boys. It could be them damn fucking Zionists from Israel. It could be anybody. It could be any fucking body. And we don't even know who killed Alex Peretti. We don't. You all should be bothered by that. That someone from law enforcement murdered a U.S. citizen, a law-abiding U.S. citizen, and we don't know who did it because his face is covered. Tell me that's not fascist.
No, they protect themselves with the masks. Minnesota's trying to get it to where they have to take off their mask and have badges. They don't have badges, no nameplates or anything like that.
Yeah.
And there's been controversy about ICE before, about like people just pretending they're ICE and kidnapping people off the streets and stuff. That's why you got to show a badge. You got to show identification that you are law enforcement. And even then, you can't be, it's just somebody's blowing a whistle or something like that. You can't be just knocking people down because you're so empowered, because you think nothing's going to happen to you. Something happened. They were put on leave. I mean, that's something, but it's not nearly enough what needs to happen. Now, are they going to make this go away? Because like you said, they haven't announced names or anything like that. So they could just disappear these guys or send them off somewhere else, or hell, even say that they put them on leave and then just still let them stay, because you won't know. They got masks on. You can't tell what these people look like. Or they can just ship them to somewhere else. They do that all the time. They do that with priests and they do that with cops. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they did that with federal agents. that got involved like that. And yeah, and the thing that was really starting to scare, I think, is starting to scare the MAGA right wingers is the fact that they think that they can just pick on lefties. Now lefties are starting to arm up.
Yeah, and I have a problem with that ideal, thinking that leftists don't arm. Like,
Right.
I'm just so shocked that people really believe that's a thing. Liberals are not the only people in the left at all.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why. I know I get it because it's the mainstream narrative, so a lot. But when you fully understand politics, there's mad different branches of political thinking on both sides of the spectrum. First of all, the only reason why right and left is a thing is because we go off of the French, the French philosophy. When they had their assembly in their parliaments, they had people that were more right thinking, conservative on the right side sitting, and they had people who were more liberal and more socialist and radical thinking, left side radical thinking, anarchist kind of thinking on the left side. That's how we got our right and left. But it does not mean that there's no nuance. It's not just between conservative and liberal. So yes, socialists believe in bearing arms. Anarchists believe in bearing arms. You know, there's other left thinking political spectrums that are pro-gun. And to be thinking that all the lefties are not going to have guns, you are selling yourself short.
Yeah.
How you think half these revolutions around the world was fought?
Yeah, they weren't using strongly worded letters. That's for sure. They were using weapons in these revolutions, and that's the thing. I know a lot of lefties too that you know that some of them are hunters that down south. So of course you know, I think what the misconception by some on the right is that, oh well, lefties don't like guns because they're always trying to amend gun laws and stuff like that. It's like, well, you can do both at the same time. You can be a gun owner and want to have better gun laws. That doesn't just because you want better gun laws doesn't mean it necessarily restricts regular people who've been using guns for years for hunting or for just, you know, home protection or whatever. But now you got all this crazy fascist shit going on. Of course, you're going to have more people. Hell, I don't like guns and I want a gun. You know, right. And it's because not because I'm scared, but it's just like, you know, I don't know what the hell's going to happen out there.
Right.
When you get out on those streets, you never know if somebody's going to kind of bum rush you for some bullshit. Right. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like, you got to protect yourself. And probably the only way to do that is to get a weapon. You know, because like I said, the strongly worded letters and the tisk and the shames on you and all that none of that bullshit's gonna work. Especially if you're trying to save your life, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man, the AK-47, and this is just nerd leftist history. The AK-47 is the weapon of socialism. When you look at so many revolutions of working class people taking over the oligarchs and stuff like that, getting rid of capitalism, you see the AK-47. That's the moniker. Okay? That's the symbol.
Yeah, the Black Panthers. Black Panthers with the AK-47s too. I saw a video not too long ago. They said, yeah. They said, look, if you got a right, you got a Second Amendment right to have weapons. And if you're going to be out and about, make sure you have a bigger weapon than they do.
Right.
To protect yourself like that. And I think another thing too is that you know, people, of course, a lot of people would a lot of the conservatives would say, you know, we'll keep saying Second Amendment, but then when they see people that don't look like me with guns, then they get a little nervous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's almost kind of like a Second Amendment for me, but not for thee. If you know what I'm saying. And I think there's a little bit of fear there.
And that's why I said that God rest his soul, Alex Peretti is the perfect victim because his sacrifice protecting a woman. He sacrificed himself to protect this woman. His sacrifice is going to open the doors because we have to be real with what, and that's why I love socialism, because socialism explains to you like what parts of the working class that you have to make sure that you keep priority, and we keep everyone in priority, all oppressed people. You know what I mean? There is a poor white working class here in America, very poor. Not just the Appalachian Mountains, but that's a very good prime example, the Appalachian Mountains. But just like poor working blacks, poor working Native Americans, poor working whoever, we identify because of how colonialized we are. We identify with people who look like us. The majority of the country is still white. So of course, when they see something like that, they are going to be like, dude, what the fuck? Of course, they will probably ignore what happened to Philando Castile. And a lot of white people don't actually ignore what happened to a lot of the fucking things that happen to black people. One thing that I know, going to Black Lives Matter events and stuff like that is always diverse. And Black Lives Matters doesn't only go after police brutality victims of black people, but they also go after Puerto Rican, white, whoever. If you are brutalized by the police, they are one of the majority that will always fight for you for the last 10, 20 years out there in the front lines. So don't ever try to say people that are listening that Black Lives Matter only focuses on black victims. It's not true. But that's the thing that majority white people are waking up to here, seeing what happened in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. So, sorry if I'm going too long. Just cut me off whenever you need to cut me off. I think it's important that we had to recognize that, because then we can also use that as showing that, look, the working class has so much in common as a whole compared to the bourgeoisie. And we can use that to get people to understand more that they don't need a bootlick. They can fight for their rights more. Because the government had gotten so crazy, the bipartisanism got so crazy, but with the DHS got so crazy that they are allowing this to happen because this is the only way they can deal with things when people freak out about stuff. They're reactionary.
Well, another thing that, right. Another thing they did, they got rid of Papa Smurf from ICE. I call him Papa. Some people call him a little guy there. The Bovino. So 24.
Yeah.
Again, this from
he's a border agent, right?
He was the ice. He was the king of the ice hill, I believe. So now, 24 hours after Bovino's departure, ICE activity appears unchanged. Shocking. I know. So let me just read a little bit here. So Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said President Donald Trump has agreed to consider reducing the number of federal agents in the state following the killing of Alex Peretti. Border Patrol Commander at Large, which is a fun thing to say, at large for such a tiny man that he is, Greg Bovino. I know, kind of a oxymoron there. Emphasis on moron. Has left the state along with some agents, and border czar Tom Homan is replacing him as the public face of the operation. So it's more of the same. It's like, see, we did something. It's like, no, you didn't do shit. You got rid of the Little Caesar, and then you brought in Big Caesar. It's the same fucking people. So come meet the new boss, same as the old boss. It's the same shit.
Why
and
is
it's
3,000 agents? 3,000?
Yeah.
In Minneapolis?
3,000, right? And I believe the mayor of Minneapolis had told his officers to start cracking down on these agents that are breaking the law, which they should be. Well, whether it will happen, that remains to be seen. But at least, again, maybe that's just more lip service as well.
Well, is it happening in Chicago? you got Brendan Johnson over there, and
It
he
was
has signed
happening.
executive orders.
It was happening here, but then they found out they were in Chicago, and then they got the fuck out because Chirac don't play that shit with your mask bullshit cracker ass motherfucker.
All right.
Get the fuck out. But you know, and you know, they keep saying, well, it's immigration. But remember when all those Ukrainian immigrants came here and they were allowed to come here and they got all the fancy hotels and stuff like that. Right. And people are like, what? Wait. I thought we were cracking down on immigrants. Oh, that's right. That's white. That's white. I forgot you're white. So, and so there's so much. They can't even get their argument straight about this shit, right? You know, you have some idiot saying, well, he shouldn't have brought a gun to a protest, which was stupid because he didn't even brandish it. You know, it's like, well, this is all about immigration. Yeah, well, unless they're from Ukraine, then, well, oh, well, this is about crime. And it's like, of course, he puts troops in Chicago and DC where crime was actually on the decline. So it's like, what? The only thing if you go to Occam's razor, all you come up with is they just want some fascist shit and they want to control narratives. They want to control us. And I think that if that doesn't rally people to come together for common good, I don't know what will.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally agree. And even the numbers of how many people that have committed a actual felony, because they're just getting people with misdemeanors, if anything. An actual felony is just a lot lower than, you know, people that have misdemeanors and don't even have a record. You know what I mean? So, like, and then it's majority people of color. And you know, with Ukraine, you know what I mean? I have talked about Ukraine for so long. I have pissed off every freaking liberal that you know what I mean? Like, and they made it seem like I hate Ukraine as a whole. I'm like, yo, I support the working class people of Ukraine. I had a Ukraine guy on my show. You know what I mean? That was pro Zelensky, and we just had our conversation and stuff. And then I had people on that weren't pro Zelensky that made more sense. And so here's my thing, man. They know exactly what they're doing, and it goes against the Constitution. It goes against our laws. The ICE agents have the right to arrest anyone that violates federal law because they're law enforcement, but they do not have the right to just target people just because they look foreign. You know what I mean? And that is absolutely incorrect. You can't do that, but you're doing it, and you're trying to act like, oh, I'm not racist or anything. Trump say he's not racist, but you're targeting them. How many white people have y'all deported? I know y'all deported one woman to Ireland who only got on the radar because she had a bounce check. Poor lady. She got kids here. She got grandkids here. You know what I mean? Like, it's messed up. But, like, seriously, how many of them? Because it's not a lot. And
well, it's those criminals. They're criminals, you know, with their bounce checks.
It's racist shown right there.
Yeah,
right there. You can't. How can you argue against that? You can't.
No, it's the narrative is so muddied right now, and I think Trump and company are starting to panic a little bit because, like I said, him even just saying he's going to back down a little bit, I'm sure just kills his ego. And
seriously, did you hear Abby Martin's speech? By chance? She talked. She was in Minneapolis, and she talked about this is the first time in years where she has seen concrete evidence that there in optimism that there can be a revolution. That's how strong the Minneapolis people are. And that's majority white people in Minneapolis. And that's why I have to salute my hat off into that, because it shows that working class people fight.
Well, and they're not new to this bullshit either, you know, with what went down with, you know, with George Floyd's murder. There's still people, I hear people still say, oh, that was a psyop. That was a psyop. No, the guy's dead. Alex Preddy is dead. Renee Nicole Good is dead. These are not psyops. These are just people trying to twist the narrative to like it doesn't make Trump look bad. There's no way that he cannot not look bad. I guess
right.
as that's a double negative but anyway.
Yeah.
And then also you have the midterms coming up too this year.
Oh, God.
And I have zero faith in anything the Democrats do, but
right.
the whole optics of it, they've seen the polls. They know that they're going to get shit hammered in November and probably are going to lose the House and Senate because they only have narrow margins of narrow majorities right now. Not like maybe like a handful of people. Right. And then once they lose that's when the impeachment shit starts up. And you damn well know if they get the House and the Senate, whether it's right or not, they're going to go after they're going to do some sort of impeachment. If not Trump, at least they're going to go after the Ice Barbie, the Klaus Barbie. They call her Klaus Barbie because she's a Nazi.
Somebody has to be the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, and somebody's going to go down for it.
That's what I'm afraid of is that the Democrats will feel victorious just because they got rid of one person. Mm-hmm. And which is what all of us, obviously, here on the left feels as well, too, that are not pro-Democrat. Because the Democrats are just the controlled opposition. And when you hear somebody like Steve Bannon, though, which intrigues me. Steve Bannon intrigues me so much because he's a true believer. Not only is he a true believer, but he has the voice of what the real right thinks. You know what I mean? When it's time to say fuck Israel, he was one of the first. When it's time to say, hey guys, we might get impeached, we might get put in prison, which is what he said recently, a few months ago, before Trump even complained about being impeached. He said we could get impeached, we could be put in prison. This would be paraphrasing because I don't know the exact quote. I just remember hearing him make the speech. And he is dead ass. They have done so much. These authoritarian fascist motherfuckers have done so fucking much. Imagine what they have done that we don't hear about. It's curtains for them. You have Republicans now dropping out of races. You have prosecutors resigning.
Was it the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department? They resigned because they wouldn't investigate the Renee Good murder.
Yeah,
right?
It's coming.
I like I said, I have no faith in the Democrats, but the only thing I think could possibly happen, right? Like the way impeachment works, if people don't know this, it's right. So they vote on impeachment, right, in the House of Representatives, and then it goes to the Senate to see if then that's where the trial is, right? The trial. That's
where they failed at last time,
right? Because they didn't have 2/3 majority. They need like 60 out of the 100 to convict, right? Right. And they weren't going and the shit before, they weren't going to convict him over that. The Republicans weren't going to go along with that. This fascist shit, they might actually go along with. They may if they get the majority in the Senate, and they get like a handful of Republican senators to go along with them, which is quite possible. Then I think there's more of a possibility he gets convicted now than he ever was before.
Now you're saying that you think Trump could get impeached?
Not
Kristi Noem.
I think
both.
They'll go or both. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't go after both. They'll probably would go after her first, maybe kind of test the waters, I would think. And I'm kind of speculating on this, so I'm no political expert or nothing.
Hey, look, I said that Russia would never invade in Ukraine, okay? And I was totally wrong about that. So look, I can't judge nobody.
Well, they weren't Russian. They just walked in. See, because they weren't in a hurry, and it was thing. Okay, I usually have a thing for that, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, could they surprise us? Sure, but I mean, I doubt it. But if there was ever a golden opportunity to actually stand up to the right on this, and I'm not talking about the regular blue collar right people that just just working out there. I'm talking about the politician right.
Right.
If they're actually able to go out and actually do something that would, this is their time to do it, because it's put up or shut up at this point. If you win, you win the midterms, and then you would have that opportunity to do that.
Right.
But like I said, I have zero faith in the Democratic Party to do anything that isn't in their own self-interests,
And isn't that sad? Like, clearly they have the magic ball in their hand at this point, unfortunately, because of the lives that are lost. But you just can't have any fucking, like, I hope that they could do this. I am sure. I have optimism. You can't even say that. You can't give them no credit.
And one of the reasons why too was when Biden was president, and they actually had, I think they only had the Senate, but they had the Senate. They had the majority in the Senate, and it's like, okay, and a very narrow majority, a Republican in the House. So there was an opportunity there for Democrats to do something, and then they blamed the parliamentarian and said, no, the parliamentarian won't let us. And the first thing people said was, who the fuck is the parliamentarian? Right? I was like, wait, what? Because George W. Bush, when he had problems
Junior?
with Parliament, Junior, when he had problems with the parliamentarian, he fired him.
Right.
Hey, because he could. But Biden wasn't going to do that because, he was, he was like, he had to get back into the crypt before, before the sun came up, that fucking vampire. Right. So it's like that. And I see stuff like that, like this, and even Bernie was like, the parliamentarian won't let us do that. And I'm like, the fuck's wrong with you, Barney Rubble? For fucking fire the parliamentarian. They always come up with these bullshit excuses for why they don't do shit. And then they clown on you and say, see, you should have voted for us. Now you got Trump. I hear all these people like these Kamala Harris people. We would have voted for Kamala. I said, you just would have had a different brand of fascism.
Yeah.
All right. But you still would have had fascism because we already have fascism.
Because we've
been having it. Yeah.
She was ready to start things. She was ready to start wars and continue wars, and Gaza just never had hope to begin with. So I'm not even going to blame anything on the Muslim community in Dearborn. Like, they have every right to oppose Harris, and I'm black saying that, and I'm tired of people trying to use my race for you should have been able to do that. No, didn't vote for her. I voted for Claudia Dela Cruz, and I would never regret that ever. And when I meet Claudia Dela Cruz one day, I'm going to shake her hand and say, Mrs. President, thank you so much for what you do.
Well, I mean, I'm not a big believer in the electoral process at this point.
At all.
But if the only thing that might give me some sort of glimmer of hope is if you had a shit ton of independents or maybe, third party people flooding these states, because a lot of times these people can't even get on the ballots thanks to the Democrats or the Republican fuckery, right?
Well, Warren, they're going to have to do something, Warren, because new polls have shown that millennials and Gen Zers are 50 to 57. I think it's 51% of millennials and 57% of Gen Zers are now independent.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to do something soon. It's going to have to happen, whether they like it or not. A third party is going to have to come in, or a fourth, or a fifth. Maybe it'll be multi-parties like all the other countries do.
I'd love to see that. I saw another poll too, reported on this not too long ago, that about 40% of the voting public are independents. Like overall, 40%.
Yep.
So you have your 30-something% in the Republican Party, you have your 30-something% in the Democratic Party, but then you got 40%. That's why they're trying to keep us divided, because they know if those independent people get together and vote one certain way, they know the game is over.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I actually loved about Venezuela's democracy, because when you look at their their national assembly, it's a mix of right leaning, left leaning, multiple parties. Of course, the Vanguard Party is under Maduro right now, but you can see that, and it's undeniable. Whenever they try to just with the propaganda, it's undeniable that there's a very diverse national assembly in Venezuela. So
Mhm.
that's why I never believe in the propaganda, because I mean, clearly I had a co-host who was a observer of the elections a few times, Alex Suarez. He's been there, so it's in my face having him there. But at the end of the day, like without Alex Suarez, I can still say that there's a better democracy in the most villainized Latin country on near Central America than here. And Jimmy Carter will tell you that too. If he was alive.
And there's also this bullshit talking point that they say, oh well, Venezuela is a communist country, but it's not a communist country, right? They don't.
There's no
They
such thing
actually,
as a communist country ever, actually. Yeah, never happened.
right. Well, I mean, the communists. What was Maduro's relationship with the Communist Party in
Well, yeah, I mean,
Venezuela?
the Chavistas are very socialist. They are part of the Bolivarian movement from Simon Bolivar, who united all the Latin countries from Peru to down to Colombia, Venezuela, Nicaragua, from Spain. They kicked out Spain. You know what I mean? He was a liberator. So they come from that spirit, and the Bolivarian movement is also socialist. But the Bolivarian movement isn't as socialist and as powerful as people think they are in Venezuela, where the whole country is a socialist country. It's still a capitalist country. There's still privatization and all that stuff like that. There's still price gouging out the get-go because of sanctions and everything. I mean, imagine you can't even get your kid penicillin prescription or all this stuff because of sanctions and all stuff like that. People die off the UN study showing that people have died because of us restricting our government, restricting them from these needs to have the appropriate medications and also the appropriate food for them to live off of. And the Venezuelan government has gotten to the point where they had no choice but to pass laws to ease the sanctions. You know, while you will have Alex Saab come with the clap organization, which they try to say that he was depriving people and stuff and locked them up for it. Then it was proven that he was actually innocent, so he got out. But anyway, they don't want to talk about that part, how he got out when they proved that he was innocent. But anyway, Alex Saab was also Lebanese descent, so it kind of shows the coalition between Latin America and the Middle East as well too. So yeah, I mean, it's a capitalist country, but it's a capitalist country with a government that functions in a socialist way, where they try to combat the hardship. And the sad part is that they should never nationalize oil, because if they would never nationalize oil, they probably would have been the number one target right now. But it's good to
Right.
nationalize oil.
Well, I mean, you know, and this has been talked about a lot too, about you know, the Trump blowing up the boats in the Gulf there, and
Right.
this how it was all about drugs. No, it was you got the was it the guy for the leader of Nicaragua, who's like the big drug kingpin that
Oh,
Trump.
Honduras.
Well, Honduras. My
It was
apologies.
Juan. It was Juan Hernandez. He
Right.
sold
He got
40 tons of kilos.
and he got pardoned. He got pardoned because he was an actual drug dealer, right?
Right.
It's like it just frustrates me to no end. It's like if you think about all this, it's just like a puzzle, like a jigsaw puzzle, but only with like 4 big ass pieces, right? It's
Yeah.
real easy to put it together, but some of these people are just so fucking propagandized, and they're so fucking, their brains are so mush that they'll just they'll go along with these narratives because their friends and family are going along with it, and they don't want to be the one sticking out. But you know, some of those people are like, something ain't right here. But you know, the other people are like, shh,
Yeah.
you know, we can't
we
go
have
against our boy Trump. Yeah.
All the narco dictators we have backed. Every last one of them. Not just
Yeah.
Noriega. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the Zionist ones too. Old Malay down there in Argentina, that fucking piece of shit with his Zionist sideburns, fuckers. You know,
when he kissed the wall, that was the most hilarious thing. He's the most Latin Trump ever. He's over the top, fucking funny as shit, and then you gotta hate him because he destroyed Argentina. And it's just like this guy.
he's like, come live in our libertarian paradise. Oh, can we have $40 billion, please? We broke as fuck.
We broke as fuck.
I
wonder why, bro.
Daddy Trump, can we have? You know, when he was kissing that wall, they probably told him it was Netanyahu's ass. So he said, "Oh, Netanyahu's ass." You know, fucking piece of shit.
Yep.
I mean, it's just, I'm glad that people like you are out there. You know, you have no hate in your heart.
Thank you.
You're trying. Well, you are trying, and you know, I think you're getting. I think more people need to hear what you're all about. Have you checked out that new app Upscrolled yet? Have you seen that? It's basically Palestinian Twitter.
Oh no, you got to send me the link.
I
heard about it. I just never looked into it.
They don't have a desktop, but it's just mobile right now. But there's it jumped to number 1 on the App Store, right? For guess for those kind of social apps like that. I'll send you the name, but all you have to do is just if you got Android or Apple, either way, it should be on one of those stores as Upscrolled, like, you know, you're scrolling through something, only it's Upscrolled. Yeah, I'm always skeptical of new stuff like that. I see a lot of lefties on there. A lot of supposedly it's people aren't being suppressed on there. You can pretty much say whatever you want. I've seen some PPs on there.
I like,
you know, they going buck wild on that shit, but it's mostly the ones I've seen on there. It's you know, people that talking about Palestine and, you know, all the atrocities and stuff that's going on there. So it's I'll put it in our private chat here. I think I have that. Where is that? So it's Upscrolled, Upscrolled. There you go. That's the name of it. So just look in that in your app store, and you should be able to find. I'm keeping an open mind, but I also am very skeptical too. I think people should be skeptical of new things like this, especially. You turn black again.
Oh, back.
It's a blackout in Connecticut. But yeah, I at least encourage people to just check it out and look if you're looking for an alternative, because especially with all the bullshit that's going on with TikTok. You know, I don't know if you've ever watched any of James Lee's videos. He does some good investigative reporting, and he was talking about how you can't even type the name Epstein in a DM on TikTok anymore. You'll get like this warning with the exclamation point in the red circle saying and a lot of people are starting to drop TikTok now too, and Twitter as well too. A lot of people are going over there. So we're gonna see if Trump decides to ban that. I'm pretty sure somebody will want to ban that, right? Because it's too good to be true.
Yeah. I mean, TikTok was one of my most primary. Also, Instagram too, but I'm starting to more just focus on Instagram after that whole thing with Oracle and stuff like that. I mean, I still post on TikTok, but I just don't post as much because it's just, you know, they had a good thing going. But that's the thing with capitalists. You know, they told the guy, hey, look, give you this much fucking money and shit, even though they calling you Chinese and you from Singapore, but whatever.
Well,
Now,
it's
that's
just
the crazy part. He's from Singapore and
right.
became an American citizen, became a veteran here. No Chinese connection besides the partner company Binance, and they called him Chinese. Racist as shit.
Yeah, everybody. They can't tell anybody apart. So it's like everybody's Chinese. That's been going on since I was a kid. Everybody's Chinese. Oh no, I'm Vietnamese. No, you're Chinese. Come on. What's wrong with you? What are you talking about?
Like Jesus Christ, bro. Maybe that's why he sold. He was done.
Well, it's just turned into a Zionist controlled shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you're starting to see a lot of people going to this new thing, this upscrolled. Like I said, I'm not recommending it, but I do tell people that they should check it out for themselves, see if they like it. I can't remember the name of the guy who owns it, but he's on LinkedIn. I think if you do a Google search for the guy, check him out too, see what he's about. Always follow the money. If money's backing something, so find out who it is, because they may be saying one thing, but if the person that's floating that's footing the bill don't like it, then the narratives tend to change. But I really appreciate you coming on. I held you over a little bit longer than I usually do, but we had such a great conversation.
And I gotta get you on my show again. We gotta do that more. I think that we've been so busy and great in what we've been working on, but we got to come back a lot more times and be on each other's shows.
You've been going balls to the wall with your thing. I'm very proud of what you're doing.
I'm trying.
And
I'm trying.
All that. I know. You're humble and stay humble. That's good. That's good too. Like they said in The Jerk, the Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey. And if you catch something, see a doctor and get rid of it. Those are 3 truisms that everyone should know in this world that'll keep them safe and warm and their bellies full. All right. So tell people, you got anything going on, any big events or anything that's going on? Your link, like I said, his link tree is down below if you want to find all his platforms and stuff. You do music as well. You're a great musician. You got any music stuff coming up?
That's still in the process of creativity, whereas I'm doing it little by little and stuff whenever I get a good feeling and stuff. But yes, there will be music soon. There will be. But I've been more focused on making sure that Studio 3A, which is under Jabari Media, is established, where we talk about, of course, we have political discussions, but we also talk about professional fighting and music, of course, pop culture. And then also season 7 of Jabari Media Podcast will be coming out mid-February. Yeah. So I haven't dropped anything from Jabari Media in a minute. I might have but a video out tomorrow. Wait, what today is? Wednesday? No, Friday. Might have a video out as well too. You'll see little political segments in between, but the actual season of Jabari Media will be dropping after I come back from vacation. So that's the week of Valentine's Day. So mid February is when I'm looking to get Jabari Media back up and running, and there'll be more in-person interviews at the beautiful studio at K Creative, Black-owned business, great guy.
Right.
That's where I was shot last 2 episodes of Jabari Media. So I love that guy. So I'm just going to keep going to that place until he tells me to get the hell out. So there's going to be a lot of different things that are going on. More journalism, a lot more journalism, more professional journalism as we go. I'm about to finish my course with NYU and Rolling Stone. So a lot coming for 2026. A lot to go after these people next, and more laughter and fun, and then going after these freaking capitalists next. Check your neck, capitalists.
We're coming after you, bitches. Ollie. All right. So very, very briefly, just tell people what platforms you're on so they can look for you. Okay. I know you got it down in the link tree, but just kind of let them know too.
Yeah, I'm on everything I could be on. I'm gonna be on Upscroll soon. But my main is still YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. If you want to get to know me personally more, which I don't think people care about that. Facebook, but that's more for family and friends. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm in it. I'm in it for the cuddles. I love cuddling. I love it when you hold me when it rains.
Yeah.
And
Facebook's more personal.
Yeah, Facebook's wild. We're broadcasting on Facebook right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
so
I still do that too. Yeah.
You know what? It's fun. At first, I wasn't getting any really any kind of thing, people watching or anything, and now we're starting to get a few people that watch on Facebook.
That's good.
I mostly do the show on Facebook for the normies. You know, the normies. They ain't all up in the, they like the puppy dog videos, and they like, posting memes about some dumb shit they don't know about. But it's it's great that some of them do. They do listen, and I get some feedback too. So I'm pretty sure you do too. And I hope there's more growth for you as you expand. I'm expanding as well.
Let's go.
I'm a big eater, so my belly is expanding. Sorry, didn't mean that. Anyway, don't go away. Let me say goodbye to you proper here. Second, but I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody on here. Thank you everybody for watching ExtraBulla Live. Of course, our guest tonight, Jamarr Jabari from Jabari Media. Good friend, good person. We love you, brother. Take care of yourselves out there, and we'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace. Oh, wait, before we go, so next week I'm gonna try and get my shows back. Morning Extra and Secret Show, but also next Wednesday will be the Undercurrent with my buddy Lainey Peterson. Check us out for that. So plugs over, and so is the show. Peace. Deuces.